time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the Powerslams pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really could have devoured him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, baby? This is the Pancakes and Powerslams Show, baby. That's what we're doing here. Here is better than over there, because over there is where you want to not be. But over here, it's where you want to be, baby. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, baby. Yeah. PMP Nation, what is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Let's see where we at. Lots of people already asking questions, which I love. I love it. I love it when everybody's asking questions. I love it. How y'all doing, PNP Nation? Let's just go right into it. Have I heard of? Well, first of all, Justin, are you new, Justin? We give a big warm welcome to all the new people on the block that comes on the show. We have a lot of fun. We say thank you. And so if you're new, let us know. Let us know, Justin. I'm doing a few things at once right now. Let us know if you're new, Justin. Let us know if you're new, Justin, baby. Justin, baby. Justin. That was nice. Okay. They don't know what they're doing with Rhea. Yeah, I agree. They don't know. They have no clue what they're going to do with Rhea Ripley. As awesome as she is, as far as she just looks like someone who's a star, and but at the same time, they are just absolutely doing a terrible job with Rhea Ripley. So, yep. Terrible job with Rhea Ripley, unfortunately. All right, let's get into these Dr. Chris questions. Have you heard about the incident with Hannibal and the Blood Hunter? If so, what are your thoughts and opinions? Yes, I did. I have heard of it, and I did see the footage. If that wasn't a part of the script, he rightfully did get arrested. I mean, He stabbed him. I mean, what the heck? He stabbed the guy. He stabbed him. So, yeah, you cut yourself and all that stuff, but at the same time, if you're stabbing someone, and they're not cutting themselves, nor did they talk to you about helping Blade or any of that. If that's something that needs to be arrested for, he needs to be arrested for it. I mean, there's not really much you can say about that. So, yeah, he needs to. If he did the crime, he needs to do the time. So there you go. Cool. How about those Titans? They got me 19 points on fantasy football. Tighten up. You better believe it. You better believe tighten up. That's right. That's right. Tighten up, baby. Tighten up. Absolutely. Super duper tighten up. It was a shutout, man. It was a shutout. Trevor Lawrence had 4 picks. Trevor Lawrence played a horrible game. It was just not good. Not a good game whatsoever. What's up? Another first-time interview for the man. Love you interview names for the past. I thank you, Ricky. Pavone is not my first-time interview. That wasn't my first interview with Pavone. I've interviewed Pavone a few times. Super nice guy. I'm a fan of interviewing guys who I became friends with in the business and the business, if you will. I'm friends. I'm fine. I'm a fan of that. Business, if you will. Heard that Rhea Ripley is unhappy with her current role in WWE. How would you book her going forward to improve her character? I think she needs to be a baby face, definitely a baby face, and I think she needs to spend more time having her feud with people who are intimidating, who's not like, who she can just like throw outside of the on like when Bam Bam Bigelow threw out Spike Dudley back in ECW, like she can do that with like most of the roster. So like, make it as real as you possibly can. At least try to. And like, who in the world can Rhea Ripley go against that? I mean, it was Nia Jax. Doudrop, maybe Doudrop, if she has some power moves and things like that, that would be ideal. But who? So, yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. All right. What happened to his voice? What happened? What happened? I'm telling you. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. I'm 76 years old. What do you expect from me? What do you expect from me? Vince's voice is 76 years old, and ever since the Attitude Era, he was commentating before then, and then he became an on-screen character around 97, and that lasted. McMahon was an on-screen character, very tough for about from about 97 to about, he kind of went out around the ruthless aggression. Like he went out the ruthless aggression era. So that was around 2002. So he was a pretty tough on-screen character. Well, even no, because I remember the Mr. America stuff with Hogan. That was on SmackDown. So that was around 03, wasn't it? 02, 03 era. So he was an on-screen character pretty solid for about 6 years, like frequently. He made, a couple spats here and there, but as far as a weekly on-screen character, that lasted for about 6 years or so. But I mean, commentary and doing this all the time and telling people to shut up and talking like this all the time. I'm gonna kill it. I'm going to inject a lethal dose of poison. He's got to stay in character, and he's been staying in character for a while. Eventually, he's going to be telling this because he can't really say, he can't really do a raspy voice anymore as much. It's hard to pronounce. Now it's going to sound like this because he's been doing that for so long, and he's 76, and now it's going to sound like this. They may, I think you meant to say they may add more pay-per-views. Why SummerSlam in July? Weird, Ricky. Weird. I agree. I mean, SummerSlam is an August pay-per-view, and they already have the Big Four. Like, that's weird because Money in the Bank's like a Big Four this year. I think they're having it back at Vegas, the stadium. And so, because they had SummerSlam in Vegas in August, and they're having Money in the Bank in Vegas, and so it's going to feel like a Big Four. So 4 weeks later on the 30th, actually that's on my birthday, I believe too. Money in the Bank. Huh? Might go to Vegas on my birthday. Interesting. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Why don't you just have it the following week? Just keep it August. I mean, even if it's early August, just have it the next week, like on the 6th, right? August the 6th or the 7th or whatever that is. It doesn't make sense. Keep it in August. That's that Nick Khan, man. Nick Khan is like, hey, and the last 4 pay-per-views are going to be on Saturday. I'm not too opposed to the Saturday pay-per-views. It makes sense as far as a promotion type of deal. His logic is people, it appeals to the out-of-towners more. But and he was saying, as far as like WWE branding, a Saturday pay-per-view makes more sense because there's going to be out-of-towners in different places. But here's my pushback to that, though. If somebody, like for instance, if somebody bought tickets to go to day one, for instance, and if day one was on a Sunday, it's in Atlanta, they're planning on being in Atlanta anyways. And essentially you're missing out on another day of merchandise sales. So, because you could have conventions and you could have a weekend thing, a weekend convention, and you could have the pay-per-view on a Sunday. Because if you have the pay-per-view on a Sunday, the WWE would be there on Saturday and Sunday to do some meet and greets on Saturday and things like that. That opening up for merchandise sales and things like that. That would be on a Saturday, and then they would have the pay-per-view on Sunday, and then they would have more merch sales. So I get it from a tourist standpoint, but that really doesn't matter if people already have their tickets. As far as I there was a promoter who recently was talking about like percentage of the gate. And he was basically saying less than 10% typically happens of like at the gate sales. Like at the gate sales is very, very low because you usually have their ticket. And they know because it's usually good for them to know especially WWE to know what they're going to sell before the event because they know what to tarp off for the production standpoint for the sake of television. So it's not like they're going to keep a bunch of seats open, and if they don't sell it, they don't give them time to tarp off. Like for instance, in St. Paul just sold a little bit over 5,000 seats. Like the TV didn't make it look like that, but like how the camera shots were, it showed like a bunch of people on one side. The other side of that hard cam, it was just black. It was tarped. I mean, they had to tarp off. Let me see. We find out the arena they were in. They were in the Excel Energy Center with seats a little under 18,000. So 18,000 seats, and they got about 5,000. So they got less than a third of the seats. 5,000 out of an 18,000 seater. So yeah. Lots of tarping. They had to tarp off about 12, 13,000 seats. So yeah. Very odd. Can I talk about the release of Jeff Hardy from WWE? Sure, Alonzo. Check it out on Sportskeeda. The Writing with Russo. We just talked about Jeff Hardy. So, and there's some more stuff coming up. There's some rumors about maybe he wasn't. He didn't relapse. Maybe he wasn't intoxicated. Maybe he just did that because he wanted to leave. There's talks of he denied the rehab, maybe because he didn't need it. And people were talking about maybe WWE jumped the gun as far as letting him go because he wasn't intoxicated. And if he takes the test, he'd be negative and all that. And so very, very interesting. I love this. This is a great question. What do I do while the clock counts down? You just sit, do I just sit and wait? No, I'm usually getting the intro in. I'm usually sometimes I run and use the bathroom. Sometimes I blow my nose, make sure my nose is okay and my face is okay. Make sure my setup's good. Make sure my mic is working. Get a little something to drink. Right now, I've got some tea right here. Today, I was actually downloading the pictures that my family took. We had a family shoot, a family photo shoot tonight. About 45 minutes before my first show. It lasted for about an hour and a half, and a little less than, an hour and a half. So I was actually downloading those pictures because I will be editing them, and so that was a lot of the the time that I had that I was using for this time for today. So that was something that is something I'm probably going to be working on as far as the editing piece. Is probably something I'm going to be working on most likely this weekend. I've got a lot to do. I've got to do some Bible study. I have to teach. I have to lead teach Bible study tomorrow, and I already got my presentation done, but Got to do a little bit of, do a little bit of everything. And so busy. I'm a busy man, Ricky. I'm a busy man. So lots to do. Why did I have Bobby Lashley in about 5 segments last night instead of having a match? Yeah, Elvis, WWE's logic is just absolutely beyond horrific. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, Elvis. And I don't understand. I don't understand why they would just do something like that. It just doesn't make sense. And it was so predictable. Just so predictable. They knew that Bobby Lashley's segment was going to be like, you knew that he was going to be added to the match. You knew that. And we're going to Raw. You knew that. But for some reason, I guess they expected us to be just dumb and stupid. And just go ahead and say, interesting. So Bobby Lashley's going to be a part of the match. He's going to be a part of the day one. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I had no clue they were going to have him be a part of day one. Wow. Of course not. Christopher says, I don't mind Rhea Ripley turning as long as Nikki turns back to Sanity Nikki cross with her. See, I don't want to see them as heels, though. You already have a heel tag team, which is Zelina Vega and Carmella. So, and plus, Rhea Ripley came in as a heel on the main roster when she was feuding with Asuka. Not a fan. Not a fan of heel Rhea Ripley. So, your Vince McMahon impersonation of him mumbling last night's season Raw had me cracking up. I heard that was over. That's awesome. I'm just really happy that you thought that it was pretty over, because I thought it was pretty over. I thought it was really awesome, and I think you're awesome. So I want to thank you. Shut up. Anyway, so what I was saying was, I think you need to. That's Vince McMahon for you, ladies and gentlemen. Dion says, how are you doing? I'm a little under weather, but I wasn't missing the show. Dion, thank you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate the love, brother. My hand to your hand, Dion. Thank you very much. Personally, I've got this nostril has been bugging me for the past couple of days. It's just this nostril, this one right here, just bugging me. I don't know. I think something got into it and it's just been bugging me. Now I got the sniffles and it's a little stuffy, but other than that, I'm feeling good. Feel good. My back was hurting really, really, really bad today. After my workout, it got just incredibly bad. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I did not want to do that. I did not want to be able to unfortunately be a part of back pain. Come on. You want to be a part of back pain. And especially entering my show. But yeah, it was unfortunate. So but I feel a little better now. But I'm going to, in about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to rest. I'm going to rest my body. And I'm going to get some rest. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me some rest. Okay? I'm going to give me some rest. What else we got? Yes, very poor attendance. Yeah. Keith says, I would say yes to eventual heel turn, but swerve us and have it be Nikki. See, I'm cool with that. Keep Rhea face and build her back as a credible challenger for Nikki. Yep, I'm game for that, actually. I'm actually game for that. Nikki as a heel makes sense to me. She basically, the A.S.H character didn't work, and she turned heel. Built Rhea to be a heel. She tried, and she failed. Didn't work out too well. So, step out. Ring of Honor's new facts from Braun Strowman, EC3, and possibly Killer Cross. This must be part of ROH reboot, right? Thoughts? I think it's really interesting. Evan actually was a part of. He was there. He was there at the show, and he was giving me like updates like every 5 minutes, and so. Let's see. Yeah, he was giving me updates like every 5 minutes, and it felt, from what I saw, as far as the updates he was giving me, it felt interesting. It felt like a reboot. So essentially, what I heard is that Final Battle's it until their projected restart dates around April. So they're taking a season off, which I think is cool. ROH, based on Final Battle, had it's very interesting. It caused a lot of buzz, and it had some big names. It had some interesting names, and I think they control the narrative stable. And I think if you add Cross on there, I think that would be awesome. I think Wesley Blake is a part of that group too. I think he debuted. I didn't know Hannibal got arrested. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, as far as I know, he did get arrested. He's banned. Starting to lose bookings, banned. Yeah, so I think they wanted to arrest him, but they're talking about banned. Del Toro. I actually would like to bring Del Toro on to see. There's a GoFundMe for him. So the company that he was wrestling for banned him, and he's starting to lose bookings, is what other information is saying. So he's got a pretty successful YouTube channel, so I'm sure that he's making a big, a decent income stream there. But I know that he does shoot interviews, but at the same time, it's one of those things that if he's going to pay someone to do a shoot interview, they're probably still going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. So it really doesn't matter if you're paying them. Titans and Packers, Super Bowl. Perhaps. I think that's doable. I think that's something that's could happen. Something that definitely could happen. Let's see. Turned off the WWE because of Roman Reigns storyline. What would be something that could push besides Reigns, Lashley, and Lesnar. I actually like. I mean, to me, everything about Roman Reigns still is exciting because Roman Reigns to me is the only one who he's the only one who still has relevance to me, who still feels larger than life. He's it. So Evan's actually about to come on to give a final battle, a final battle correspondence. So just working on that. But yeah, I mean, Reigns and Lesnar, I am pretty tired of that, honestly. And I hope Lesnar's not the one who dethroned Reigns. But I was very skeptical to babyface Lesnar. Babyface Lesnar, man, he's a funny cat. He's a funny cat, and I actually think it's pretty funny what they're doing with Lesnar. So he actually works as a babyface. So very interesting. Next, Dr. Chris. Tina, what's up? My dad and I went to NBA Power taping for the first time last week, and we had a great time, bro. The first year, actually. Is there anyone on NWA you like? Good question, Tina. I'm actually friends with JTG. He's there with now he's with Johnny Curtis or Dirty Dango. I've interviewed Damian Sandow or Aaron Stevens. He's a nice guy. Who else do I like there? I've interviewed Elijah Burke. Trevor Murdoch is champ. I mean, he's got the Dick Murdoch feel to him, so he's got that old school NWA feel to him. So I get it. I've actually interviewed Nick Aldis as well. As far as Bram is a very eccentric guy, but he's always been nice to me. I've talked to him a few times. But we were supposed to interview. I was supposed to interview him a long time ago, but he was actually in the UK, and that was it was interesting. So I couldn't find at that time. I couldn't find. He was in the UK, so I wasn't able to interview him. So that was unfortunate, but he's not in the UK anymore. So yeah. Who else do I like from NWA? What else do I like from NWA? I like I mean, I've Thunder Rosa's. She's nice to me. She was very nice to me. I'll keep it at that. Kiera Hogan, although she's being grossly underutilized though. But she's kind of like with Impact as well. Like she's kind of all over the place. Like I've seen, she was in NWA going against Mickey James at the pay-per-view, and then she's been on Impact, teaming with Tasha Steelz, and then she was on AEW and not really having a pretty good win-loss record. Kiera Hogan is still trying. It seems like for some reason she's still trying to just kind of find herself. So in the pro wrestling business, baby. So we'll see how that goes. I think she's got a ton of potential, though. Who's going to win the men's and women's Royal Rumble? So I've answered this question like 80 times. The men's, I think, is going to be Big E. I think Big E is going to win the men's Royal Rumble. I think that he's going to lose the belt on Friday. Not on Friday, but day one. And I think that he's going to win the Royal Rumble. There's talks about Drew. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. So, I'm not a fan of that. As far as women's, I think Naomi's going to win. Naomi. I think there's finally going to be a payoff to this angle with Sonya Deville, and I think it's going to end with Naomi winning the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, baby, I think it's going to end with Naomi winning the Royal Rumble. Older Vince is the worst. Yes, indeed. Current day one card. It feels like a Thunderdome show, man. I'm not enthused. I'm not enthused with it. I'm just not enthused. There's nothing about the day one card. I'm like, ooh, day one is going to be amazing. I'm not interested. I'm just, I'll watch it. I get paid to watch wrestling, so can't complain about that, and I won't. But I just don't see. I don't see any excitement. It just doesn't excite me, unfortunately. It just doesn't excite me. So, I think it potentially could be interesting, but at the same time, don't see it. I don't see much of excitement there. All right, before we get Evan in to give us a final battle correspondence before we leave, let me answer a few of these here. I have a bathroom right next to my office. I have a big old office. This right here, as you can see, this is like 30% of my full theater. There's a theater on the other side of this room in my office. This is my office / my man cave. So I have a theater on the other end, and then my office and podcast studio here. So right outside of it is my I have a bathroom. I think Jeff Hardy's done with W forever now. Nah, never say never with that. Mount Rushmore from Mid-Atlantic. Let's go Black Bart. Let's go Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Let's go Black Jack. No, and those two and the Briscoes. There you go. That's my Mid-Atlantic. Mount Rushmore. All right, real quick. Let's see what else we got. 50-50 booking at its finest. Yep. Oscar, there's some rumors that she might not come back. We'll see that. I agree. She needs to ditch it. I'm ready for Christmas. Sure. I mean, nothing's packed, but yeah. Whether with Big E, they could. Dude's a star, but yeah, they're booking him terrible. What I think of Big E losing to Lashley at day one, Roman beating Brock, and then having Big E win the Rumble, face Roman and Lashley versus Brock at Mania. I think there's some interest to that. All right. Thoughts on Alberto Del Rio? Should go now that he's not in trouble no more. How about you ask that question next week? Because I'll be he's coming back on my unscripted show. So there's the PNP breaking news that that's just that's what I do with the PNP Nation. We he'll be on my show next week again for the second time. He'll be on unscripted. So ask him that next Tuesday, baby. Yes, I like babyface Lesnar's hilarious. Yes, I've interviewed Tito Santana. Very nice guy. All right. Why less pay-per-views next year? Ask Nick Khan. He's just Mount Rushmore viewers. All of you. All right. With that note, ladies and gentlemen, that's my PC answer. And you're one of them, Elvis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bring in my guy. Without further ado, he's going to give you some ROH Final Battle correspondence. He is Evan Tech. Proud. How are you, my man?
No, how you doing? Did I just say Mid-Atlantic?
Mid-Atlantic. That's right, man. Mid-Atlantic. Absolutely.
The big one.
Yeah.
Didn't mention, Jakey Boy, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, man.
You got 21. I got 22.
You want to play 21? I've got 22.
That's a good one. Jake, Mad Piper.
Yeah. Mid-Atlantic was
Florida.
stomping grounds, man. Absolutely. So cool, man. Well, you were at the Final Battle pay-per-view. And,
I was.
Let the listeners know, man. What's the synopsis of your experience there all together? You were telling me how good you think it was. It was a good kind of fresh air feel to the pro wrestling business.
It was. I did from my eyes, which I had 4. Did see Kitty Khan there pretty early. Tony Khan. I think he had to leave early.
Okay.
I can let you know that a lot of the boys and the girls, some the energy was upbeat, very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the wrestlers felt happy, and
bittersweet.
It was bittersweet. They was very excited, but at the same time, it was like a goodbye for them as well, because everybody's a free agent. So some of them, you can see, AEW coming up, Triple A, Impact, MLW. I doubt WWE or just other indie shows. So, but the crowd was hot. Everybody was there. They was giving away. They had a big merch sale.
Nice.
After the pay per view. A lot of us stayed by, shook hands with the fans,
Nice.
talked to everybody, took pictures. It was emotional. People were crying. So the pay per view I thought was very well stacked, very well done. I got a chance to watch most of it for the television version of it, and I really enjoyed the commentary. Caprice Coleman, was it Rick McConney? Am I saying his name right?
Ikebani.
Yeah, Ikebani. Yeah. Great job. I'm not sure who the name.
Ian Riccaboni.
Ian Ikebani, yep.
Yeah,
Ian did a great job. Shout out to my man Brian Zane. He did a great job. Everybody that came in, great references. The video packages were well, but it was probably one of the top 5 wrestling events I've been to in general, as far as the show, the energy. It just was great.
Nice.
Very fun.
Cool, man.
I thought off air notes. EC3 who is jacked definitely. In this, what a waste he was in WWE.
Yeah.
Once formerly known as Braun Strowman, Titan showed up.
Yeah.
As they're walking up the ramp, the Young Bucks came on, the video package.
Okay.
EC3 flipped off the Young Bucks, which I thought was hilarious. So I don't know if that was like, I don't know if that was like maybe like a tease of what's to come, or
Hmm.
EC3 was in character. So
AEW possibly, huh?
possibly,
Uh,
Cody still boos. The mention of Cody being on being on the screen was instant boos. Everybody else kept
why?
booing. I don't know, man, but it was it's like we said before, brother. It's no reason to boo Cody,
There's
but
no
it's
reason,
so
man. I don't get it. I
but
really
it's
don't
so
get it.
hot. Everybody just was like, "Bull." I was like, man, he was,
Terrible.
and nobody in RH. What I loved, of course, everybody begun the matches and ended it with the code of honor. They shook hands.
Nice.
They hugged. Shout out to our boy Shane Taylor.
Hmm.
In his match,
Yeah.
they did cut out. Not sure if you know, and I was told this while I was at the event. A couple of my staff members and friends that was watching it on Fight, they cut out after the Shane Taylor match with Kenny King. All of the wrestlers, Shane Taylor Enterprises, Kenny King, a few other wrestlers, they all stood up and did the
They cut
fist.
out the fist. They cut that
They
out.
cut out they cut out the fist on the pay per view feed,
Oh
but
wow.
we saw it live, and you could check it online as well.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Which I have
Yeah.
no idea why, but
Yeah.
but it was
Interesting.
your boy Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham
Hmm.
definitely put it in. A lot of people were expecting, I guess, Punk, Daniel Bryan, or Brian Danielson, or somebody to show up at the
I
end.
wonder why Joe didn't. Well, they
He's WWE.
yeah, but he's pretty much he's going to be less. He's going to be next on the
He's going,
totem pole.
he's going to be gone by Mania.
Yeah, I can see it.
But a lot of people they thought that the pay per view was was well done, definitely.
That's
Something
good.
like that. But some fans, I guess, was kind of disappointed that nothing happened after the Gresham
Gotcha.
promo. They thought maybe somebody else was going to show up or attack. Disappointed that all he did was talk. They wasn't upset,
Hmm.
but you could tell people was like, "Well, who's going to run in?"
Yeah. Yeah.
But great
Interesting.
show. Enjoyed it. Uh, everybody was laughing when Jay got busted open the hard way. There's up.
Mm.
RH is getting fined.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool,
So
man. Sounds good.
definitely. So it was
Um,
good. It was good, and I do like to say too. Watching Raw, it hopefully you can see me. On my angle's a little funny using my phone.
no, you're good.
Um, how do I say this too with Big E? I'm happy for Big E went in. He's I believe the fourth African American was WWE champion.
Uh,
Sunday was saying,
yeah.
but it's just
Uh, Rock, Kofi, Rock. So WWE champion, just Rock and Kofi. So he's the third, isn't he? And
Lashley.
Lashley, yeah. Rock, Kofi, Lashley, and Big E. So, yeah.
I think, and I still kind of feel like this. Not to say it was bad. Them putting the belt on Lashley was kind of not Lashley. I'm sorry, Biggie was kind of rushed due to, of course, the AW and getting the
Agreed.
buzz.
Yep.
And even you and I said it. We was like, man, this ain't gonna work out well because
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
they just rushed it,
Yep.
and it's like he's losing. And then big fans of Lashley. I've we all met him, and I've interviewed him, but I wasn't able to actually show it because he went to WWE right after. But
Mhm.
you got Lashley beating everybody yesterday, and it's like they're not booking Big E as a formidable champion. He
Correct.
loses the reigns, which okay, no one's beating Reigns to the Rock or whoever.
Yeah.
But then he loses to Lashley last night. Lashley beats everyone else in the fatal 4-way, and it's not he's a champion, cool, but it's not believable.
Correct.
And I know one of our fans had mentioned about maybe Big E and the triple threat at Mania. I feel like that's a waste because you know for a fact Big E's not going to win.
Right.
You have a triple threat, you want to have a possibility like we do when it was Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Orton back in Mania a few years ago. We was there.
Mm-hmm.
Any of them three possibly could have won, even though we knew Bryan was going to win.
Yep.
Any triple threat, really. Back in the day, Michaels, Triple H, and he who we do not speak of, Benoit.
Yeah.
We knew all three of them could have
Benoit.
won. Yeah, Benoit, right. We knew all three of them could have won.
Yeah.
That's what works best for triple threats is all three people have a. We was I know unfortunately you was a dad this year, because you got sick with Reigns, Edge, and Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we pretty much knew Reigns was going to win, it wouldn't have been too much of a surprise if they gave it to Edge,
True.
if they gave it to Bryan.
Yep.
But Big E against possibly Brock against Roman, no, we know for a fact Big E isn't winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and we predicted it last week on my show. One of my staff members said it, and I agree. Not we don't bet, but strong feeling that Big E is probably going, if he's still a champion by Mania, he's probably going to open up night one, but he is not main eventing night one, and his match isn't even going to be on night 2.
You don't think so?
Nah, I think the whatever the women match is going to be, I think that's going to main event night 1.
Yeah.
Big E's match is going to start off night 1, or it's going to be somewhere in the middle, and it's going to be forgotten, just like the triple threat with Captain Full Kid Cena, Edge, and Biggie show that time.
Sad.
What was that, Mania 25? Remember that?
Yeah.
No one talks about that. No one cares about that match. It's going to be like that. It's just sad. I'm sorry for the fake. It's just sad.
That's sad. It really is sad.
Yes.
Yep. Cool, man. Well, on that note, we're going to hop on out of here. What was the atmosphere like when talking? We were there.
I missed that.
No. We were there. What? Reigns. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there 30.
33 was my first one.
I got a couple of colleagues that was there for 30, and he said people were starting to leave, and it was just instant shock.
Wow.
But I remember watching it, and I thought it was a mistake.
Great.
And so we saw it was a 21-1.
Yeah.
And after that, the whole energy, we was watching it at one of my brother's houses. And there was about 30 of us at his house.
Really?
Yeah. It was like 30 of us at his house, in the big old house. And everyone, the energy was done.
Yeah.
We was like, we're done. We don't.
I agree. It just felt weird to me. It just felt odd to me. Like, why in the world are you out of anybody, Edge, Batista, all the people who
Orton,
denied you put it on Brock Lesnar?
Not King Kong Bundy, not John Gonzalez.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Boss Man matches no one talks about.
But Brock Lesnar?
Brock
what is wrong with you? Yeah. So I think it was a bad call.
But we was there when Roman beat him. And that was possibly one of the best send off of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was cool with that one. I was cool with the Roman decision. Yeah, I thought that was a good call, but as far as Brock is concerned, yeah, bad call. Cool. All right, I'm gonna give me some rest, and appreciate you coming through, Evan, for the ROH correspondence.
Of course, my apologies for being late. We both nursing not on your level, but the whole the back issue.
Yeah,
So,
man, my goodness.
but
Yeah.
had to come through
I'm
in the
actually going to,
clutch.
I'm actually going to rest my back now, man. I'm getting some work done and about to rest my back, man, and relax. So for
Gotta
about
relax the back.
another 45 minutes or so.
Don't forget. So, what was our fan that did the Luger hand? You gotta do the savage with the pinky. Gotta get it always.
Gotta do the savage with the pinky,
Yeah.
baby.
Help
Yeah.
the shelter.
Help this.
The shelter. Yeah, like what is he? So, I sent you the vid. Anybody don't know?
Uh,
I regularly send Chris or a couple of my colleagues videos and part of therapy or watch old wrestling and
yeah, man.
the savage, just the stuff he just said. Me, it said one word: helter skelter. What is that? What are you talking about? The savage.
One word. Help this guilty. Yeah.
Blair, one word. I'll punch you out with one word. Helter
Terrible.
skelter. Like what?
Terrible.
Ah,
It's horrible.
more fun watching those man than Raw.
Oh, hands down. Hands down, bro. Hands down. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is Evan Tech Prout. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. And you have, Dion saying rest up, Doc. Yeah, I sure will. Great show, Dr. Featherstone.
Indeed.
Enjoy resting no matter what company. Yep. What's your IG, Evan? Aaron's trying to follow you.
My IG for my show is Under the Mats Radio, all one word.
Sweet. Under the Mat Radio. Go follow my man, Evan. And me, Chris Prolific, just like you see right down there. I'm Chris Prolific across the board. IG and Twitter and all that good jazz. All right, y'all. And you all enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless, and always remember you. I'll do it for you, everybody. Have a good night. Peace.
Everybody.
Peace.